Well, if you want to undervolt and maybe even overclock, because undervolting on this APU is basically the same as overclocking, your Ryzen 5 8500G or actually any Ryzen 8000 series APU, so this will work for the Ryzen 5 8600G and even for the Ryzen 7 8700G, this is the right video for you. Now this will allow you to, at the same time, decrease your power consumption, decrease your temperature, and dramatically increase your performance depending on how you set it. It will make also your PC run much quieter, and you can really customize all of it the exact way you want. Now we will do what we have to do in the BIOS. Unfortunately, we cannot do this on Ryzen Master, but I do have a dedicated Ryzen Master tutorial on the channel. It's based on a Ryzen 5 7600, but it will only work if you don't want to overclock and tune the graphic portion of the APU, because remember, this CPU has a GPU inside. In my case, it's the RX 740M because we have the 8500G, but if you have the 8700G, it's going to be an RX 780M. But with all that said, let's go in the BIOS. But before we do that, promise me one thing. If the video ends up being helpful, you will drop a like and a sub to support the channel. See you in the BIOS. Okay, so here we are in the BIOS. Now what I'm using is a Chinese motherboard, which is a Qingyue B650i, but this will work for every motherboard. So if you have an Asus, ASRock, MSI Gigabyte board, it will work for every single one of them because they all show the AMD overclocking section over here, as you can see. However, if you feel a bit confused by the difference in the naming, I have a full playlist, CPU undervolting, you can go check that, and I have different AM5 motherboards. I have one for every vendor. So I have an MSI, an Asus, a BioStar board. So if you cross-reference this video with the other videos, you will for sure be able to follow along. With that said, you want to find the AMD overclocking section and hit enter, accept this disclaimer, and now we can start our manual overclocking. So what we want to do first thing is go into DDR and Infinity Fabric frequency timings. And what you want to do basically is enable your EXPO setting to overclock your RAM. That's always the first step. So now that will really depend on the motherboard again, but in my motherboard, it's under memory overclocking. In most motherboard, it will be under the tweaker or AI tweaker or overclocking or OC section, okay? So memory OC, I wanna go in there and enable EXPO basically, and it will change the timings for you. Now you might need to raise this voltage a little bit to get the XMP stable. Make sure you have your EXPO stable before we do the next steps. So go into Windows, make sure it's stable, and then we can go ahead and do our actual undervolting and overclocking right here, okay? So first step is to go into DDR and Infinity Fabric frequency timings. Now this one, you will have to actually double check for yourself, okay? So UCLK div1 mode, you want this one to be equal. So UCLK equal mem clock. This is key. And then over here, you can either leave it on auto. Auto is fine, but if you want to experiment a bit, you can try 2400. Okay, but if this is not stable, 2300 is also fine, like 2267 is also fine, okay? You can just leave this on auto, okay? These are not the most important settings, to be honest, okay? So you can leave it on auto. Now, the most important settings are gonna be under Precision Boost Overdrive. So if your motherboard doesn't have those things, or if you just wanna do the most important things, you wanna go under Precision Boost Overdrive right here and go into Advanced. Put it to Advanced, and now pretty simple, okay? The first thing we wanna do is basically give it a nice thermal throttle limit, okay? So this is the maximum temperature your CPU will be allowed to reach. I recommend you guys set it to 85 degrees, most of you, 85. Then it's subjective, you can go to 80, or if you don't care, you can go to 90. But I do recommend, if you wanna just copy it, 85. This is the maximum temperature your CPU will boost at, okay? Curve optimizer. You wanna go into all cores, negative, and put -20. If you want to just copy it, put -20. But this basically will reduce the voltage of your CPU, the processor part. And now this you want to test it, but basically the bigger this number, which is a negative number, the better your undervolt / overclock is going to run, because we're going to free up thermal and power headroom pretty much, okay? So if you want to just copy it, put 20. The best CPUs will do 30. The worst CPUs will do 10, okay? If you want to just try 20 and then test it into Windows and then come back, okay? This is for the CPU. Now we want to do the graphic card. So if you don't want to do the graphic card, you can ignore this part, but it's on GFX, which is Graphics Core Optimizer. Go into GFX Core Optimizer, negative, and here you want to put 10. Now here as well, if you're very lucky, you might be able to do 15. The best APUs out there will do 20, but mine cannot. And the worst will do 5. But most can do 10. So do 10. If you want to just copy it, put 10 here, 20 here, maybe 15 here if you feel a bit unlucky, and you're going to be fine. And actually, the tutorial is pretty much already over. So if you just want to do the simple things, you can ignore the original Infinity Fabric thing. Just come into the BIOS, put GFX Core Optimizer on negative -10, CPU Core Optimizer on negative -20, and then put the temperature limit on 85, and then close it. But if you want to squeeze a bit extra performance, DDR, I showed you how to do it, 2400 here, or leave it on auto, okay? But then, under here, there is more that we can do. So what we can play around with is basically this. You see those two settings, CPU boost clock override? This is basically going to be a little overclock, not undervolt. So if you want to just undervolt, this is over. But now for more performance, just if you want more performance, you can go into here. For example, let's overclock our graphic card. You can put enabled. And now here you can basically give it a megahertz offset. So the higher the number, the better. Now, in my testing, I have tried 5 of these APUs. They can all do 200. This is the maximum frequency your graphic card inside the CPU can do. And it will give you a lot of FPS boost, this setting right here. So if you want to try it, and if it's stable, it's going to be great. Now, the CPU boost clock override, it's not that easy, okay? You can enable this one, but it's very hard to make it like run properly. So personally, I do recommend you leave this one on disabled. But if you want to try it, you can go all the way up to like 100. 200, honestly, will crash on most of you guys. But if you want to give it just a nice plus 100, you can do it. But no need, really. And if you're doing this and you're giving it like plus 100, you might also want to set a manual precision boost overdrive scaler, so put manual. You might want to put like 10x, so you can put the maximum, you can get the maximum out of the PBO, basically. So if you want to try like a very aggressive setting, this will be it. But I don't recommend you guys do the scaler, and I don't recommend you guys do the CPU boost clock override on your CPU. But definitely do it on your GPU and test it out. If 200 is not stable, just put 175 or 150. 150 will work for everybody in my testing. And after you've done this, just hit F10, save the settings, and you're good to go. You're ready to play games. So hopefully it was helpful. If you want to, again, I have a full review of this Chinese motherboard I used here. It's a B650i from Qingyue. You might not have heard of the brand, but it's actually pretty good, just $100 for the motherboard. I have a build with this APU in a 3D printed case on the channel, and I have many more tutorials for GPUs, CPUs. It's what we do around here. So if you like the video, again, please drop a like and subscribe to the page. It helps a lot. And hopefully I will see you guys again in the next video very soon. Goodbye.